What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. So kick back, relax, and come take a ride with
me. You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Big day in women's college hoops today. This is part one that I'm giving y'all of the early games, man. Very unfortunate news so far, though, bro. Two of the top teams in the nation, Uconn as well as South Carolina, won their respective conference games, but both lost two-star players to knee injuries. So Paige Bueckers went down in the third quarter for Uconn, and Gino Ariamo provided like a quick update, kind of compared it to the AZ Flood situation.
On Paige, what happened with her and where's she kind of at?
She just had some ice on it right now, and it's like when I said about AZ, you know, when these freaky things that happen when somebody runs into you, and so like when it was with AZ, it's not the worst thing that we can imagine. So that's great news. You know, considering how awkward it was, you know.
It was awkward, man. The whole play was awkward. The way that her knee was landed on, the way that she fell, like it just, your knee's not supposed to go that way and bend that way. And then with her injury history in the past, man, it's just, UConn. They cannot escape the injury bug, man. Now, they seem optimistic. We don't know for sure how much time Paige Bueckers will miss. But it could be some games, man. I know they're going to be delicate through this process and, you know, just continue to do the best by her and keep her health first, especially because she's got a lot more basketball ahead of her. Does this impact the draft stock? I don't know. It's a little too early for all that. You just hope that she's okay. She's able to get back to full strength, speedy recovery, and get back out there. And then on the other side, South Carolina, man, Ashlyn Watkins went down with a non-contact knee injury. And it sucks, bro, because she was just playing her best basketball, man. It was all starting to come together for her finally. She was coming off of one of her best games in their last SEC matchup, man. Had the double-double, running the floor well, blocking shots. Offensive game expanding, and she goes down with the knee injury. We don't know the severity of it. I'm not sure how much it's going to impact her going through the season, or if she will, you know, have to miss any time. But we're wishing her a speedy recovery as well, because they're going to need her if they're going to make this championship run. And, you know, they won the game today. That was the big thing. Looking at it, man, South Carolina got off to another slow start. Telling y'all, Mississippi State coach Don Staley saw the writing on the wall a little bit when she was talking about how well coached they are and how there's no off nights in the SEC. They came out hot and made shots. Shout out to the Mississippi State guards, creating space, staying aggressive, hitting threes, getting to the cup, and pushing South Carolina for a quarter and a half. And then that zone they were in, Tessa Johnson shot him up out of it. Shout out Tessa Johnson. Shout out Chloe Kitts, who is back in her bag. They led the way. Tessa Johnson, 4 of 6 from 3, really busted this game wide open and really sparked this team, man, because they were missing a lot of shots early. Tina Powell couldn't find the rim or couldn't find the net. Raven Johnson, Breezy Hall, like they were struggling from 3 early in this contest when Mississippi State went zone. Tessa Johnson busted that thing wide open, though. Busted that on the spacer, the zone buster. 4 of 6 from 3, 20 points to lead the way. And looking at the rest of the box score, South Carolina won the game 95-68 in impressive fashion. They shot 53.8% from the field and ended up shooting 47.6% from the 3. They got hot late in the second quarter and beyond, and then them shots started falling. They were moving the basketball. Very, very impressive. If they're going to be shooting 47.6% from 3 as a team, 10 of 21, you are going to have a long night trying to defend South Carolina. I'm just saying. They stayed aggressive, too. Free throws really kept them in this game early when they were down as much as 11. They went 15 of 17, 88% from the free throw line as a team. They win the rebounding margin, +2, 34-32. 20 assists. You love the patience and the ball movement that they showed, working to just get good shots late into the shot clock with that zone. And they also turnovers, forcing turnovers. They forced 21 turnovers, really good at transition, getting out on the break, turning those turnovers into points on the other end. Like I said, Chloe Kitts back in her bag. Tessa Johnson led the way with 22 points, 4 of 6 from 3, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Big minutes from her. She really gave them this boost to come back and break this game open and run away with it eventually. Chloe Kitts back in her bag after a couple of weeks that were down for her production-wise. 17 points, 4 assists, 10 rebounds. She was aggressive. She was getting to her spots. She was demanding the basketball. She was getting it off the dribble. She was playing with high energy, great motor. Like, I love when Chloe Kitts plays with that dog when she comes out and she's so assertive with that offense, man. 17 points, 4 assists, 10 rebounds, big game. Tahina Powell getting busy in the pick and roll, the steady leader of this team, emotional leader. 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. She did eventually find her shooting stroke. Joyce Edwards continues to be one of the best freshmen in the country. 10 points, 1 assist. Just played some big minutes for this team. Got a lot of minutes late in the contest too, man. Every minute of her and every rep that she gets to just continue to get better and polish up her skills and get that experience is very valuable for her. And she does not look like a freshman, man. Raven Johnson continues to be the utility player, the coach on the floor, the glue player. 9 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, doing whatever the team needs her to do to win. Breezy Hall had 7 points. Malaysia Fulwale had 9 points and some very exciting plays that definitely got the crowd off their feet, as she does. Adele Tack got some minutes in this game as well, grabbed 2 rebounds. So it was a solid effort all around for South Carolina. Just balanced attack. Tessa Johnson, Chloe Kitts did what they had to do to carry this offense. Loved what I saw. South Carolina moves on. 40 straight SEC wins, ties a D1 record for most consecutive wins in conference. They are absolutely getting it done. Moving on to Uconn, man. I mentioned the Paige Bueckers injury, man. That was the very bad news. The good news is they got the win. KK Arnold has been exceptional for this team at the point guard position, man. She's finding her shot from deep. She's getting to the cup at will. Super quick, explosive guard. Nice handle. Very good layup package. Really just good at taking on contact, initiating contact. You can't keep her out of the paint. She's finding her shot, like we said, playing great defense. Running the offense, man. Very unselfish player. She's starting to be the key to the ignition to this offense. Moving the basketball, setting up players to just get easy shots. What they brought Caitlin Chin in to do, which she's been doing a good job at point guard as well. But KK Arnold is showing, man, that she is ready, and you really can't keep her off the floor. She's honestly probably the best perimeter defender on this team as well. UConn picked up the dub 83-52 over Villanova. You can obviously tell they're missing Lucy Olsen. But anyways, UConn 59.3% from the field, 40% from 3. Also won the rebounding battle 36-30. Love that they forced 14 turnovers and they had 30 assists compared to 10 turnovers. You talk about guards that are sharing the basketball. 30 assists. Everybody's eating. Everybody's getting a touch. And that's what you need when you got a lot of talent that you're trying to get going, especially these role players. When it's been the Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers show, you don't have Paige Bueckers available to you. She did give you 25 minutes this game, but now they're going to have to rely on this supporting cast. KK Arnold will definitely be expected to just keep producing at the level that she's doing. Sarah Strong, more pressure to carry for her as well. 21 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. She has been the focal point of this offense. Not only just scoring the basketball, but dishing it as well, man. Like, her skill set as a freshman is just super, super polished. She does a lot of great things with the basketball. And, you know, we already know at a young age already they can run this offense through her. Paige Bueckers, 15 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, 25 minutes of play before she went out. She has been the senior leader, the emotional leader, the coach on the floor for this team. their biggest offensive threat, garnering a lot of attention. Now, players, if the other team doesn't have to worry about Paige Bueckers for a few games, you key in on Sarah Strong. I mean, we don't know how she's going to handle the double and triple teams that Paige Bueckers goes through on a regular basis. But Paige was playing good basketball before she went out, leading the team in assists still, and 1 assist away from the double-double. You just hope that she's okay, can just rebound from this. We know she's resilient. We know that she will fight back. She's courageous, and I'm just, really hoping for a speedy recovery for her. AZ Fudd, 21 points. She's coming back from injury as well, getting back into a routine after missing several games. She had 8 points, 3 rebounds. KK Arnold continues to be sensational on both sides of the basketball. 15 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Ashlyn Shade chipped in 8 points, 1 assist, continues to rebound the basketball. Ice Brady, 4 points, 3 assists from her. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very reassuring right there, in my opinion, showing that she can be a capable passer out of the post, too, when she's in there in relief. In 12 minutes, too, 2 rebounds. So, stuff in the stat sheet. Zabel, 3 points, 2 assists for the freshman. Played more minutes than Morgan Shelley, which we haven't seen much of. Morgan Shelley usually gets some more minutes out of them. But she finished with 2 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. And Cadence Samuels grabbed the board as well. Caitlin Chin, second with assists with 7 assists, 4 rebounds. And if Paige is going to be out any extensive time, they are going to need Chin to find her jump shot, to find her scoring. They haven't had to rely on her for that, but she was a double-digit scorer every year she was at Princeton. So she may be relied upon to really be more aggressive on the offensive side of things. And Ashlyn Shade as well. But you just hope that Paige Bueckers makes a speedy recovery. I do expect, regardless of what happens, Uconn has more than enough firepower to run through the competition in the Big East, and hopefully they're healthy for those matchups against Tennessee as well as South Carolina. But definitely with Paige Bueckers' injury history, man, you hate to see her go down. It was a very awkward play and how it all happened. Gino seems like he's optimistic. He said the same thing about AZ Fudd, so maybe we're looking at just a handful of games, maybe a couple of games. We'll keep y'all updated on that. Speaking of just explosive guards, though, Notre Dame, the ACC, I think is the 3rd best conference. NC State kind of being underwhelming changed the whole dynamic of this conference. Duke dropping some games as well kind of changed the whole dynamic, where, I might have put them with the Big Ten. Right below the SEC, but it hasn't looked like that. But Notre Dame is the cream of the crop, one of the best teams in the country. My dark horse to win the national championship. They get Maddie Westbeld back, which is big news for them, man. Their best 3-point shooting big, good defender, has been around this program, played big minutes, was a big part of the team last year. Gives them another weapon to utilize, man, as they kind of, rely less on Kate Koval, the freshman, who was getting a lot of minutes in the beginning of the season, but we kind of seen her minutes cut some lately. So big addition with Westbeld coming back into the lineup. Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles still getting busy. Hannah Hidalgo, in my opinion, still player of the year. Olivia Miles, can we say 3-point sniper now, shooting like 46% from the 3, which is way light years above what she was shooting for her career, man. You can definitely tell the progression that she used the offseason as well as the season she missed to get better. Now, Notre Dame picked up the win on the road, 76-66. Everybody's talking about this new quad rule that's been in the men's game for quite some time. First year in the women's game, when you're looking at tournament resumes, this is a quad 1 win on the road for Notre Dame. North Carolina, man, I think a lot of people were really sleeping on them to have a down year because of the departure of Deja Kelly. They fought. They're 13-3, and they're still a good team, man. But I just think they're working way too hard for buckets, man. Like, they might be one of the worst transition teams I've seen. But 76-66, Notre Dame takes the win. They shoot 48% from the field, holding UNC to 42%. 13 of 21. When you talk about 3-point shooting, I mentioned Olivia Miles. There were also some other snipers in there as well. But 13 of 21, you shooting 61.9% from 3, you're going to be a very difficult team to beat. They also dominated the glass, 40-28. Assist battle was pretty close. Turnovers, Notre Dame had 21, very uncharacteristic, but UNC really didn't capitalize on all of the turnovers they really could have, pushing the break. I think Notre Dame did pretty well in transition defense for the most part. North Carolina was just working really hard for baskets, and I think they got to play a little bit more high-low basketball. Looking at it, though, man, and I know I mentioned Koval's minutes being cut too, and I think too with Liza Carlin's emergence, they got her back a few games into the season, and she's just been super aggressive on the glass. She's provided another scoring threat down low, catch and finisher, good hands. King has also really stepped up her game with the rebounding, 15 rebounds, 8 points, 1 assist, and she's a forward that can really stretch the floor. She can handle it a little bit, and she gets up and down the floor really, really well. Runs like a gazelle, to be honest with y'all, when they're running the break. Hannah Hidalgo led the way with 24 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. She was really aggressive getting to the free throw line, finding her shots. Very, very difficult to stop in space, and Carolina had no answer for her trying to keep her out of the paint, man. Olivia Miles shot the ball extremely well from 3, 19 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds for her, another just complete game. Sonia Citron, 5 points, 2 rebounds, but definitely was a disruptor on defense, as she typically is. Prosper, the sophomore, Cassandra Prosper, out of Canada, 9 points, 3 rebounds, hit some threes as well. Carlin, 3-point threat. Hannah Hidalgo, 3-point threat. Citron, 3-point threat. We mentioned Westbell came back, 13 minutes, 1 rebound. She hasn't played a game all season coming back from an injury. It's just nice to see her on the court. I definitely expect her to pick up the production and get back into that starting lineup. And she is another sniper for this Notre Dame team that can spread the floor and has good size and can defend. Kate Koval, the freshman, 2 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. And I do think she would still be a big part of what they do in the NCAA tournament, man, with just her size and the relief. But they counted on her a lot earlier in the season where their front court was really thin. She's taken a step back, and now, she's getting a chance to not totally be thrown in the fire, but play behind some veterans that are producing at a high level right now for Notre Dame in the paint. Well, guys, also, I want to shout out UNC, man. Scrappy bunch. Maria Gakdang, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Alyssa Utsby, 12 points, 3 assists, 11 rebounds. Definitely has that walking triple-double potential for this group. Lexi Donarski, 13 points, 4 assists to lead the backcourt. Raina Kelly, man, has been solid as well for this group at the point guard position. Moving the basketball. She's pretty good from the mid-range. UNC, I think they're a pretty solid ACC team, man. Like, they're better than a lot of people thought. Usby, Gagdang, continue to get them the ball, let them make plays, play more high-low, and just get better at. I think they're over-dribbling, bro, extremely so in the fast break. Too much over-dribbling. The guards are dribbling too much deep into the paint. Advance the basketball, move the basketball, and you'll get easier buckets. Just my 2 cents. But definitely, guys, before we end it, wishing Ashlyn Watkins, wishing Paige Bueckers speedy recoveries. That is a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. We out.